Hi everybody, it's Carolyn here to share another email video for this week. So you're getting me after my tennis today because, a lot of these videos that I do for the weekly email are just things that kind of hit me during the course of the day and that I want to share. So, there are going to be times we're just going to get my ponderings and not some big topic that I'll be talking about. But today I wanted to talk about the bravery of those of us who are going through the awakening now. Because I have been through some struggles over the last few weeks. And I will say that over the course of my awakening journey, it hasn't been, well, that's not true. I've had my traumas. But lately, it's been so joyful and so enjoyable. And yet, with this illness that I had that I mentioned last week, there has been an unleashing of other stuff that I think I also had mentioned, which has led me to think about this and the emotions that come with the awakening and the things that show up out of nowhere that we just wonder how they landed in our lap. The circumstances we're in, the people that have come our way, illnesses, things like that, where I have to say, it's occurred to me today that those of us here moving through the awakening at this time, we're the front runners. And we took this on to be brave and strong. We're the strong ones. We said, we're going to do this first, or we're going to do this early before everybody else, because guess what? Not only are we clearing what we need to clear from our past lives, from our karma, things we're dealing with now in this life, and it's a lot, okay? It's a lot. And many of you have had tons of struggles. But the biggest part of this is we came here so we can help others after we have been starting to go through this journey, or because it kind of never ends. But the clearing out stuff, I do believe, does. All right, we start reaching that point where it's like we're moving up in that vibratory ladder, because we're taking care of so much of this, and then we reach this place of clarity. And this is where I'm at right now. I'm in this middle messy stuff, and I feel like so many of us are going to launch off in March, April, and May. There's just an opening. But the thing is, we're here to help other people show the way and be able to teach them and help them as they come into this awakening. And, I'm doing that with, the work that I'm doing right now, which is awesome. I love the spiritual awakening mentoring. It's been super powerful for people, and I talk about it a lot. And I, of course, would love to work with you all. But my point is we all have something to share with people who are coming up the ladder of awakening, because we're going to have mass awakenings. We're going to have, we had a lot of people that still need to begin this process, the vast majority of humankind. So I want you to know how brave you are for going through this. And I know you can be sitting there just like I do sometimes and think, you know what? I kind of think I would just have that 3D life back in a blink of an eye, because I don't feel at all in control of any of this. And that's the conversation about surrender, obviously. But it's very disconcerting when you start going through some of these struggles, some of this karmic clearing, some of the, and whether you know it or not, okay, but if you're going through these difficulties and you're feeling it with people, or you're having it happen with yourself, or you're having it happen with finances, you can name 1,000 things, right? We got to know that we are here moving forward because we're brave and strong, and it's going to be okay. We're going to get through this. And I'll tell you, I have such great empathy now for people who have just huge, huge, huge struggles. And I think, I sit and I think, well, mine in comparison seem small, but they're big to me. I mean, they really are. And I think we all have to understand that we can't discount the things that we're going through, and that we have to embrace them in that sense. But also, I think it's really difficult to get through some of these things. And particularly if you don't have anybody to talk to and who can understand this journey. But as you're going through these difficult times, and I will tell you, a lot of this is releasing right now. There is, and again, I'm not an astrologist, but I know that Chiron is coming out of Pisces after many years, and it's a huge deal because there's a chunk of people born in the era where Chiron came into Pisces, I believe it was, and just, it was all about clearing and clearing karma, clearing situations, dealing with stuff we haven't dealt with. Well, guess what? In the next 24 hours or so, Chiron's out of here and it shifts to, I don't know what else, but something else. And I've been talking with some friends about this, and we are in this, I guess I would say, we're in that place, that Pisces place. So those of us who are dealing with that right now are getting the throes of the end of this before Chiron moves out of Pisces fully, I believe. But the thing is, that doesn't mean if you're not in that cycle that you're not going through stuff. So you're going to. And the thing is, what I want you to know is during the struggles, they're so hard. They can be so hard. They can be so difficult. And you don't feel like you're going to get through it. And yet, if we can maintain our vibration, which is super hard, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm a joyful person, super hard to feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do in this circumstance anymore. How do I maintain a high vibration at the same time? Well, you know what? We're human. We're in this experience. And our spirit team understands that. We're not going to be punished. We're not going to be left behind. We're not going to be, they're not going to turn their backs on us. This is not going to stop because we're feeling low and down. This is part of the process. You need to feel those things that are causing you to feel like you're clearing something, or that you're dealing with something big in this process. And so lean into it, feel it, know that you're going to get through this. And I got to tell you, for me right now, it's just hard for me to, we have to know it's going to be okay. Trust, faith, knowing our higher self is leading. We would not be going through this if there wasn't a grand purpose and that we weren't going to succeed in this, because we are needed. We are those souls that said, hello, I'll do this first. I'll be one of the early ones so that I can help down the road. We can't fail because they need us. The universe, the multiverses, our earth needs us. Humankind needs us. So know this through the darkest, deepest struggles you will have. And yes, we have to go through these because what we do is we shed those layers and we continue to move up higher, higher, higher. And as we do that, we're helping humankind and the collective and ourself, okay? And consequently, that is what we chose to do first, is go through that messy stuff first so that we can then be a brighter light for everyone else. And all I'm saying now is, and I know this is kind of all over the place, but the word embrace these difficulties or these struggles, oh God, I feel just silly saying that right now because I know how I feel. And it's embracing them is so hard when you feel like, how can you get through these things? Okay? How's this going to happen? And it's about divine intervention. It's about this plan that we know really nothing about in our human form. And we just have to trust and move forward and keep doing day to day what we know is best for ourselves. Lean into that feeling, feel the pain, feel the suffering, cry, do all of that. Because I firmly believe we are at a stage right now where this is all coming to a head. So much of this stuff is clearing, big stuff that people didn't even know anything about, and then it just hits them. Because I think spring is going to be huge, and then as we move into summer, because 219 is big and an opportunity for people to leap forward. And when I say leap forward, I'm always thinking of, oh, these magical, wonderful things are going to be coming our way. Well, yeah, I think so. But a leap forward also has to do with going through the struggles. That's how you get moving forward. You get through your stuff that you have to clear and your karmic debt and your experiences that, aren't the ones where you're like, oh, this is joy and laughter and I'm moving up the ladder and I'm feeling great and I'm having so much fun. No, oftentimes that's not how we move forward. All right. In fact, it's mostly that is we go through the struggles. So I just want you to know how brave you are. I want to thank you for the work that you're doing, because I think I've gained more empathy this week, this last, I guess, probably few weeks, maybe month, and some of the things that I've been through. And know that this will help you move forward as you assist others, be it family, friends, or you're doing something like I am in making it my livelihood, and it's my passion, and helping people move forward in their spiritual awakening journey. So that's all I have today, and I just want you to know that there is a purpose for all of this. And while we're in the throes of the struggles, it can be pretty desperate, and yet we just got to keep going. Just got to keep going, because we are the brave ones. We chose to come and do this first and show others how to do it. And I just wish you well, and know that many of you are going through the same thing. So just know that I'm there with you. So have a wonderful week.